Oriana is a classic cruise ship. She is big, she is fast, and if you want one like her, you'll have to spend a good £200 million. She is the modern face of traditional cruising at its best. She was built for the British, the first cruise ship in history of which that could be said. It's something which shows immediately in the quality of service and design. The number of public rooms, 17, and their restrained luxury have been specifically planned to satisfy the requirements of British passengers. Each room is subtly different, so everyone soon finds their favourite. But come aboard and see for yourself on a deck-by-deck tour. We enter where the passengers enter on Deck 5, in the garden court. There the reception desk is both oracle and bank, a source of information and foreign currency. Above, the atrium soars through a curvaceous layer cake of shapes. A waterfall tumbles the full 4-deck height, a first on any ship. Up to Deck 6, Elora Deck, for some shopping and sustenance, not to mention some gourmet meals. The ship's 2 main restaurants are here. Queen's Court is a convenient sitting area in the 2nd level of the atrium. The Knightsbridge boutique stocks clothes, chiefly casual wear, and cameras, all tax-free of course, while the Emporium is Oriana's corner shop for all those holiday necessities. The Peninsula restaurant, light and fresh, is the smaller of the two, although it has the biggest work of art on board, a 16-metre-long oil painting. The Oriental, finished in darker wood, overlooks the ship's wake. In both restaurants, there's waiter service at breakfast, lunch and dinner, and whether you choose to eat early or late, the style is just the same. The menus are identical too. Imaginatively prepared and exquisitely presented, there are always some old favourites to choose from, as well as some new dishes to try. 6 courses too to tempt you at dinner time. And to accompany dishes like chicken breast with a watercress and meat glazed sauce, or guinea fowl in lattice pastry, Oriana has a superb cellar of delicious wines from the New World and Old at very palatable prices. If a ship can be said to have a west end, the promenade deck is Oriana's. Her main centres of entertainment are here. The show lounge, disco and theatre, as well as the Lord's Tavern and the casino. The spectacular Theatre Royal, in the forward part of the ship, was the first London-style theatre at sea. No auditorium, certainly none that move around the world, provides such a perfect atmosphere for any performance on stage, be it musical, straight play or glittering variety show. Leading off the Royal Court is the upper level of the Knightsbridge boutique, which has its own spiral staircase and some smart lines in fashion, fragrances, jewellery and other tax-free items. Excursions on land, taken from the ports of call, can be booked on board with the helpful staff at the tours office. Arthur Anderson was a founder of P&O, and the lounge named after him is effectively Oriana's signature room. Evocative of a drawing room in a London club, bars don't come much more elegant. The Monte Carlo Club lives up to its Riviera name. Blackjack, poker and roulette are played under oak-panelled walls. Harlequins has the unmistakable ambiance of an intimate night spot. Dance classes are held during the day, discos and late-night reviews after dark. The ship's photographers are on hand to take your picture at every event on the cruise. Great souvenirs. In Jackpot, Lady Luck is lurking in some 50 slot machines, waiting to reward those whose numbers come up. The Lord's Tavern is more a cricket club room than pub, and with bats and cricket pictures decorating the walls and red leather lining the bar, you could almost be in the Lord's stand which inspired it. Moving aft, we've reached the Pacific Lounge, the main show lounge. It's used for lectures, classes and conferences by day, cabaret and dancing by night. On one wall, a bronze relief. Outside on the promenade deck, you can stroll right round the ship. We've come to Deck 8, Divana Deck, the other deck with the greatest concentration of rooms for all kinds of recreation. A cinema and club rooms for the children. We've also come to the top of the atrium and its great domed ceiling of Tiffany-style glass. There is no mistaking how Tiffany Court got its name. Soothed by the sound of the waterfall and one of Oriana's grand pianos, it's ideal for a pre-meal drink. One of the grandest names in British history is given to one of the grandest rooms on the ship. The Curzon Room, named after a Viceroy of India, is perhaps Oriana's most civilized sanctuary. Classical recitals are given here, beneath an enormous embroidery, which is not alone in taking India as its theme. Crichton's is the card room, and one of a suite of 3 quiet rooms amidships. The library is another. The ship carries some 6,000 books, not all of which are kept in tall wood cabinets. David Lindley designed the table. There is more Linley furniture in the third of the quiet rooms, the Thackeray Room. It was Princess Margaret's son who made the clock case. Charlie Chaplin ushers audiences into Chaplin's cinema. It's like a luxurious private viewing room. Besides movies, it's also a lecture theatre. Children have their own territory in the ship. Peter Pan's, for 2 to 9-year-olds, has a daily programme of parties, games and competitions. Outside there's a paddling pool. Parents who want a relaxed evening to themselves can leave really little ones in the night nursery until 2 in the morning. Teenagers have their own club room, decibels, in which to let off steam. Right under the stern rail is the terrace pool, and next to it, yet another jacuzzi. On this deck, the splash bar serves drinks for all the family. In the jacuzzi too, if you like. Let's look now at the range of Oriana's cabins. The least expensive cabin is an inside twin. This one can convert to a 4. An inside twin can be made up with a king-size bed. An outside twin is the same as the previous cabin except for the picture window. Staterooms extend into relaxing sitting areas. And this is a stateroom with a balcony. Mini-suites have curtains to divide the bedroom from the lounge area and features like jacuzzis, videos and balconies. Finally, at the top of the range, one of the 8 spacious suites. All have full butler service and lots of luxurious touches. The balconies are big enough for parties. Every cabin is tended by your personal steward, who turns the beds down at night and brings your tea in the morning. All have ensuite facilities, phones, fridges, televisions and safes. For all her tradition, Oriana is one of the most technically advanced ships at sea. The electronic bridge, way ahead of its time, is manned by British officers and captains like all P&O cruise ships. Something else for which Oriana is famous is the amount of open deck, more than 2 acres, perfectly exemplified on Lido Deck, Deck 12. At the forward end, the Oasis is the lavish fitness and beauty spa. For relaxation, there are jacuzzis and saunas. In the beauty salon, you can have a total makeover or a straightforward cut and blow dry. In addition, there is a big selection of other treatments, including facials, massages, aromatherapy and hydrotherapy. In the gym, the personal fitness director can recommend a tailor-made program of exercise. The Alfresco Pizzeria is open daily. It's a new feature, added since Oriana was built. As well as fresh-baked pizza, try a cappuccino too. The Riviera pool is one of Oriana's sun traps. Jacuzzi users and sunbathers are served from the Riviera bar. Just aft, the crystal pool was the biggest ever put into a ship. The conservatory is the informal buffet restaurant. As light as a greenhouse, it's a popular alternative to the dining rooms for breakfast and lunch. Themed dinners, like the much looked forward to Indian nights, are held here. The conservatory leads aft onto an apron of open deck where there is another bar, the terrace bar. No one needs go thirsty on Oriana. And in the conservatory, there's always an extravagant choice of dishes, hot and cold. And so to the very top of the ship, Deck 13, Sun Deck. Taking every advantage of its lofty position above the bridge, the Crow's Nest Bar's big sloping windows command sweeping views, while behind the bar is one of Oriana's ancestors. A cocktail pianist plays before dinner. On either side of the Crow's Nest are two identical rooms. The Medina room is one, and the Iberia room the other. They're ideal for private parties and receptions. Not for nothing is this called the Sun Deck. Games courts and nets for golf and cricket are on Sun Deck, as well as the old favourite shuffleboard, of course. However modern a ship, however splendid, it's its people who make it. People who care. People who command. People whose pleasure it is to serve, whose profession is hospitality. It's they who put the fizz into Oriana's glass and the sparkle into your holiday. Oriana has the intimacy. Oriana has the style. She has outstanding restaurants and lavish entertainment. All that's missing is you. This is cruising as you always imagined it would be, amid luxury, unaccustomed in holidays on land. You could be here in the sumptuousness of Oriana, or aboard her sisters in the P&O Cruises fleet. Intimate little Victoria, the liner which thinks she's a yacht. The superliner Arcadia, one of the friendliest ships on the seas. And stylish Aurora, the latest addition to the fleet, which combines British sophistication with international chic. Each has her own personality, but each is on course to continue P&O's long tradition of quality and to provide holidays steeped in the exhilarating freedom of the sea.